As the child goes home and is cared for by parents and siblings and grandparents and cousins and gets involved with activities and sports and scouting, there are so many child's life. And they touch them with messages. They tell them things. Some of it is written on the slate of their life. Those messages take. So if a parent says, you have to get straight A's, you have to dinner, and you have to use impeccable manners when we have meals, or you're in trouble, that child can easily interpret it, even though the parent's nervous about it. And I'm trying to tell him, you've got nothing to be nervous about. You're excellent at what you do. C's are unacceptable. B's, no way. So if he brought home a B, he'd get an A+. Next marking period, he'd bring home an A+. And his father would say to him, well, what do you want? A pat on the back? Well, that's what you're supposed to get. There's no reward for that. And so he grew up. This past week, in fact, these 2 weeks, when you turn on the news, it's all we do is hear about some of lying. This side of politics and that side of politics fire bullets at each other, accusing each other of fake news. And disheartening to figure out what's the truth. The flaws and the idiosyncrasies and the things you wish you could change, or comments that were about the quality of your personality or about your physical body or anything, and that's been absorbed because it's not the truth. It's not the truth. The first Advent. The very, very first day of the first Advent. And that started when it that God, the power of the Spirit, would overshadow her, and she would be not a theology book. It was just someone's reflection. And this question that's asked, how many women did Gabriel visit before he had no father? And in that day and age, that didn't happen. She was losing her family, losing it all. And this author wanted to make a point about the power of her response. That how many young God says I am. Not my mother, not my grandmother, not my mean second grade teacher. Not I am, Lord. That's it. Regardless of what that cost might be. Others may misunderstand who God says I am. Wow. Power plainly said, these are my expectations. My expectations of God is that he defines expectations not just of Mary 2,000 years ago, but of you and me, the future disciples. The disciples of today. I think I am. I'm not who you think I am. And we misinterpret facial expressions and intonation, and we don't always know how to interpret it and been hurt by it. But I want to step away from those early messages. And the number one message is this. And this is what I was saying at the beginning of worship, that unfortunately Hallmark has not. The true meaning of that manger, of what happened on that first Christmas, is this. Seek out and rescue the lost. That's it, in one sentence. Christmas, the things that are lost. Before we can get out the door, there's always a sneaker that's lost. The backpack is lost. That missing item. If you have kids, you have that morning search too. But that's not what the Bible that he was talking about translates literally to English as that which is destroyed, that have been broken, the parts that have been ruined, those things that I point to when I describe who you really are in my Father's eyes. So when you look in the mirror and see what you see, God has a complete love. That's Advent. That's Advent. The experience of knowing a really poor or low opinion, that God sees it completely differently. That he sees me as a beloved child. That's the love come down at Christmas. It's a rescuing love. It's a restoring love. It's one that asks me to trust that who you say I am is my truth. Capital T. In him, you, once you have given yourself over to trusting that love, and it ain't decided, and you stepped into it, and you said, I'm yours. What does he do next? What's his expectation? That you become more, live with all of those around with whom you shared your life. How do you speak differently from everybody else? And how do you measure yourself? I remember when we brought James to the pediatrician for his first wellness visits, and one time they said, he's in the 95th percentile. I was like, okay, live another day? Yes, he is. Well, great. I don't know what that means. There was the day that we brought him in and we were asked, how many words does he say? Fortunately, before that visit happened, he started to talk and he hasn't shut up since. So we have ways of measuring the quality of your relationship with Jesus, with the Father. Well, here and say something different is happening. It's a brand new year. Church year, that is. That's Matthew. Now every Sunday when you come through 2018 till next Advent, all the Gospels will be urgent, quick. When you read Mark's Gospel, you know what's not in his Gospel? There's no time to write about the Christmas story and the shepherds and the kings and the angels. He gets right to it. He gets right to John the Baptist. Now is the time to take measure of my relationship, the quality of my... I don't know if anyone had the chance early this morning. The Advent retreat is up. It's on the website. A little thought, a question. Spend some time with God every day, morning or night, whatever. Just carve out some time. Talk to you and tell you who you really are. Let him rescue you. Every part of your life. Everything that worries you or frightens you. So share it. Give it to him. Whether it's a relationship or a financial issue or a rift between you and a family member. Become more involved with our youth, with the different programs that go on here. Everybody's welcome to join in the truth of your life with all those lost souls who are out there who need to be found, rescued, and restored. Now, about what the retreat was like. Do you measure yourself differently now? Do you see and experience that were said to you or done to you? Those glasses are gone. The new lenses, this is how God